Jack, let's move over to a team that you watched today, game that you watched.
You're not going to like where I'm going.
Can it get worse on the Paul Farrington show today?
Because I'm heading up to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Where this was a must-win game for both teams. Because we know how tough it is to reach the playoffs, really do anything, being 0-3.
Let alone 0-2.
Let alone 2, especially 0-3. And I thought they had it. They're playing at home. They had a lead late.
You would think.
And the Chargers...
You would think.
The Chargers, safe to say, probably eliminate the Minnesota Vikings from playoff contention today.
It's watching the end of that game. It was the most
pick in the end zone.
It was the most Chargers Vikings game because I know people who are Chargers fans who try and compare their misery to ours, Ziggy, and it's frankly it's just embarrassing because there is no comparison. But for the way the Chargers normally lose, it was just so perfect for them with Staley being for the lack of a better word, a moron and going for it on 4th and 1 from his 24-yard line. We stop him. And it's like, okay, let's just go in the end zone and win the game. We're on the 3-yard line. We throw the pick. At one point I said, I think there was a 3rd or 4th down. There was a 4th down on that last drive, and we converted it. But before it, someone said, okay, this is the game. And I looked at them and said, this is the next 4 years of Vikings football on the line.
That was a nice 4th down conversion.
It was nice.
Right over the middle.
If we score a touchdown, and here's where Vikings fans can kind of start to debate. If we score a touchdown there, we're 1-2. A game back in the NFC North, which again is still very much up for grabs. It's who's really good and who's not. And we'll probably go beat Carolina next week, and then we start losing to all the good teams we play, and we're 2-6 or something. But by losing this, I really expect them to blow it up. I think you have to get rid of Kirk Cousins right now because this team, there's so many holes on the Vikings.
We said this last week.
But there's so many holes, and it's the same process over and over. It's like me rooting for them. It's insanity. We just do the same thing over and over again. Ziggy, where do you come down after another disheartening loss? What should the Vikings do this week? Is it time to?
I'm going to claw my face off. I'm just going to take my hands and rip my. I can't do this, Paul. You got me into this. You convinced me to start rooting for the Vikings.
What's next for you? What's next? Where are you going next?
No, I'm in this. I can't get out. It's like a black hole. It takes you and it sucks you in, and you can't leave.
It's nonsense every week.
I tried my best not to laugh because I felt bad.
It's fine. You should laugh because if you don't laugh, you cry.
When at the end, Cousins in the offense looked like they didn't know what they were doing. Took 20 seconds to.
Just spike it.
Yeah, right.
Just spike it and call your best play. Why are you running up to the line? And why are you rushing? There's 13.
Look, I mean, we got to blow it up, right? Kirk is not sticking around next year. Honestly, when Justin Jefferson got hurt, right? It was only cramps, but I thought he tore his ACL.
I was just staring at the screen going you.
But that moment, if you didn't think that we should get 3 first-round picks for him now. That moment should make you realize, what are we doing?
I still don't know where I don't fall in that category with Jefferson yet, but it's just
even
the
if
same
you don't,
story. It's the same story early. Each game has been the same. They just keep turning the football over. Hawkinson fumbles on the first drive. Madison looked like he fumbled, and that I was about to lose.
Oh, that was
mind.
absolutely a fumble.
And then, I still watch. I haven't watched the replay of it.
That was a fumble,
but it was a fumble.
It was a fumble.
Yeah, I was like, that was horrible. And then Kirk at the end of the game with the interception. It's just comical, like the way that this game ended with the Chargers converting the 3rd and 17, I believe it was. Another 3rd and 17. I did.
And that was because I was going against Herbert.
3rd and 17 to Keenan Allen, and then the next play threw a Caleb Evans' hands, bounced back off his helmet and into a laughing Joshua Palmer's hands as he stumbles backwards into the end zone. It's just like you watch these and you're like, does it ever end?
And I'm kind of beating a dead horse when I say this, that Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. That's no mystery. But the roster, just the Minnesota
terrible.
Vikings, there's really no ceiling. And I said last week, their current state, right, before they were 0-3. Now I think there's no chance. But if you had won this game, there's a world you win the NFC North, get a 4 seed, and then get murked in the playoffs. I'd rather blow it up than maybe have the 4 as a ceiling and lose in the first round like last year.
Yes, yes, I would too.
There's just no real ceiling because the roster's just not that good outside of Kirk and Justin Jefferson.
Yes, you heard Mark Sanchez. He was talking the whole game about the pressure in Cousins' face. He was almost bewildered at how quickly.
I saw one play today. He takes a snap. I think it's the third down. He takes a snap. Less than half a second later, he's being bombarded. He just throws the ball and even looking.
I'd rather have Dalton. I don't care if Dalton Reisner knows nothing about the offense. Get rid of Ed Ingram in there. But you know what? And this is where it's going to sound really bad. And other Vikings fans, I tell me if you agree or not. At the end of the game, I always root for the Vikings, but part of me questioned whether or not I just wanted the Chargers to win that game and try and end this once and for all. Because we have to eventually realize our roster is, an okay SEC team at the moment. And it's time to start.
It's a better
with Nick Mullins right now. Yeah, with Nick Mullins starting quarterback, we might have the worst roster in the NFL.
I mean, if the Vikings played Nick Mullins, right? Like, let's say they roll up Mullins next week.
1-16.
That current team goes on the road next Saturday to Georgia. What's the spread?
The current Georgia or 2 years ago Georgia?
No. Let's say Georgia 2 years ago versus the current Vikings with Mullins.
We should still be fine, but I wouldn't be surprised if we choked it late.
You're probably -8 on the road.
Probably got a big stop late in the game. Ziggy's like, what's going on here? Yeah, you know what? So we'll see.
Ziggy's taking Georgia in that game.
Yeah, and the points. Yeah. Keenan Allen ended with 18 receptions for 215 yards. I believe career high in yards and a Charger record in receptions. Herbert goes for 405 and 3 touchdowns. It's like, I mean, listen, anytime you are debating a fantasy related who just put in your lineup, if they play the Minnesota Vikings, you play them.
Oh, you forgot Keenan Allen had a 50-yard passing touchdown.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Because of course he did.
Allen also had a 40-yard passing touchdown.
That was funny. So I saw that play on Red Zone, but I was walking back from the fridge. I was grabbing myself a beer. I was walking back from the fridge. I sat on the couch and I see was it Mike Williams who's with that touchdown from Keenan Allen? Williams running just wide open down the sideline.
With Palmer. Both of them like holding hands.
Yeah, and I was going up against Herbert, so I'm like, oh, shoot. So I was thrilled to find out it was a trick play. But yeah, I mean, nobody's in the area.
Crazy.